Hey, look at that. You got a chandelier up there.
Oh yeah, we did
Chandelier.
that. In the
Yeah.
background of the text box.
Aiden's gonna hit his head on the chandelier.
It's true.
But just don't swing from the chandelier.
Ah, okay. So fast.
That's my job.
On the chandelier.
Ah!
How could this keep happening every time?
And that's how we ended up owing Von Femme $1 million.
Oh no.
It wasn't gambling. It was just all the property destruction.
You know, just some casual property damage.
Look,
All
he's
right,
the one
I'm
who
about
chose
to
to have
switch.
chandeliers. That's on him.
Honestly. All right, I'm gonna switch networks really quick. So if I get disconnected, that's why.
Okie dokie.
In the meantime, even though I won the roll, I guess I can do the recap.
I sent my picture of Luvia.
You sent your picture?
All right, can you hear me?
I was like, this
Yes, we can
Yep.
hear you.
Okay, good.
So, not much happened last week. We were able to make some potions of let Aiden read languages,
Yeah.
thanks to Penelope and Anis working together. We made a lot of potions. We rested up. Aiden went and got put in a horse prison, as he called it, and then got transported onto the boat. And the person transporting him was none other than Moss, aka Freddie,
Okay, that bitch.
aka that bitch. Aiden and Moss had a lovely conversation.
Heart to heart.
Hot to hot. Threats happened.
Bluff. A bluff of very good.
If anything happened off screen, I don't know about it.
Nope.
And
Nope.
we're about to get on the boat.
Sorry. That
Yay!
Anis is not in any way nervous about being on the boat or seeing Freddie again for the first time in years. No, definitely not nervous. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why would that happen? Yeah. So we're going to try out the new version of the map that you saw last time.
Ooh.
And hopefully the line of sight will do its job for a change.
That my mom.
We'll find out together. If it doesn't matter because you've already seen most of the boat. I think it's just easier to focus when you don't have to look at all of it at once.
Teehee.
Oh, I think Aiden learned something about that people on the boat use telepathy to read thoughts, so we have to be careful about what we think. But Anis and Penelope don't know that.
They do not know that.
Nope. Aiden was like, okay. Confirmed suspicions, and now I know the sources.
I mean, luckily, all you were thinking was that you hate
That guy
horse trailers
and
and
these horse prisons.
exactly things that you would expect a horse to think. Although, were you thinking in Sylvan?
I don't know. All I know is just, it's probably just a gibberish of a fuck ton of just nay nay, nay nay.
That's translator note. Nay nay means fuck this guy and fuck that and fuck this.
100%.
Hey, that's the recap.
Nene means plan.
No, don't do it. Oh, don't do it.
Roll
I
for
knew
soup.
where that was going.
Well, according
That
to
must
the
be
cake,
nay-nay.
What?
Man, I just said, "Oh, don't do it."
I did.
Everything goes according to Cupcake.
What?
Delicious.
Oh yeah, I never. How do I move shit around in my backpack to like saying it's a bag of holding?
So I have it set up like. So there's the column location and edit that. So
Yeah, if you just start typing in it, it'll auto-populate the saddlebags for you, and then that will move it once you click outside the box.
Yeah, like I have bag of receiving as a location. I have things that are still back at the Hensburn Castle. I have stuff in my room at the shop, and then I have the things I'm holding.
So I just wait. It'll auto-populate.
If you start typing, it will take the name of the location, because I already have it set up as a group for you. And then it will move it down the list accordingly, too. I will let you figure that out as I share the new map.
Ooh.
Yay!
Let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, the mirrors from the Lupin mansion are also still at the castle. I'm like, shit, I still have things at the castle.
Okay, it is doing its job. Hooray. At least according to Merlin View.
We do appear to be on the boat around a table.
That's just because I was
I'm
dropping you
currently
there.
in a void.
You're in a void?
Okay. No, I'm not.
Okay.
There's a giant question mark in the middle. Oh, wait. Okay.
It's
never
still
mind.
loading then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aiden should be somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't see
Basically,
myself
I reconnected to my hotspot, but it also goes a little slower, but it's more stable.
Right.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Oh yeah, and then there's that football guy.
oh god, that guy.
That guy.
I can't type saddlebag because I can't.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I can do the rest of addle. I can do
All
addle.
right.
With no S.
So we got you a
Find
mouse
where it
now.
is further down and copy paste.
Can't copy paste. It's not letting me.
Weird.
See.
We will figure that out.
Go to Discord. You can copy the S from where I typed. If you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
So smart. Alright, let's see if I can do this.
Also,
I feel like
you
I should
can
just
do-
send you a keyboard.
No.
I've tried to give him a keyboard. He won't take
I
it.
have them.
I got it. I got it. Okay.
All right, well, you do that. Yeah, so while Aiden is downstairs, you're not actually gathered around the table. I just wanted to get you on the map to make sure it worked. So you're actually on the gangplank because it's still in dock, but this is ready now.
Woo!
I'm guessing it's multi-layered like Lupin Mansion.
Yes. Instead of setting it up with the layers like I did last time, which were good for I just tab through and you don't have to move anywhere. I set this up like the Lupin Mansion where I will be dragging you between parallel things because the tokens can't be toggled to layers, and it got really confusing when I started putting other tokens on here to tell who was on what floor.
Gotcha.
I wish
Oh, look,
so much that they would actually set up tokens correctly, but here we are.
whatever works.
Yeah.
Question.
Uh-huh.
There's randomly the word leather in my inventory. Is that supposed to be his breastplate?
I don't know. I don't know what you buy in your downtime.
I didn't buy anything. Oh, it's multiplying. Make it stop. Make it stop. Delete.
I
I don't know what it is.
leather? It just says leather. I don't know why you have leather.
Is this snakes and ladders that we're gathered around?
Yes.
That's okay. There's a D&D table up at the
I-
top.
Yeah, there's a D&D table over there. There's a bunch of little things in this map that are cute.
I love it so much.
There's some cute stuff on other floors too, so I guess have fun looking for it. It's a fun map. I actually Patreon subscribe to the people that make this one. They've done a lot of our maps. I appreciate them. Okay. Well, yep. You have arrived at the ship. Aiden arrived earlier and is currently downstairs. He just recently threatened Moss. Good times. As you do, I guess. Yep. A lot of you have just arrived, and as you did so, Johnny put her hand to her forehead as you were greeted by a host. I will get you his big dumb picture right now. He just looks so legit, right?
Yeah, very trustworthy.
Absolutely.
Is it? Oh, there she goes. Evening right now, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I should probably adjust the in-game clock while that gets sorted.
Can you guys hear me?
I
Yep.
can hear you.
Okay.
You might want to just randomly drop out of the call and rejoin every once in a while just to be safe.
Well, it's like I noticed it dropped down to like the 0 bars again, so I don't know what's going on anymore.
Haunted.
It's the exchange
There it
rate, you see. It's the data exchange rate between countries.
No.
That's no? Oh, okay.
No.
Back to haunted it is. Yeah, I'm rolling the time forward to evening because that's when you were arriving. So cool. Neat. Okay. So as the lot of you arrived last time, that was when we started having connection issues. So we're gonna kind of just handle that fresh.
Oh. Hello?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the boat. How are you doing? Everyone have a good time coming over here? We received your friend a little bit earlier, and he is waiting for you downstairs.
Great.
Um,
Can we go meet him?
Absolutely. Just as a general reminder, I know that our wonderful people have already spoken with you, Miss Penelope, and they have explained some of the ground rules, but just as a reminder for everyone else, this is a no violence zone. Please be polite to other people on the ship. We appreciate it. Do not... you are welcome to partake in the games once the games begin tomorrow night, but do not get caught cheating or there will be consequences. Beyond that, have a great time, and oh yes, there will be no illusions on board, so if you are actually naked and wearing an illusion, I recommend buying pants now.
I'm always naked.
You're not there.
I'm not.
That all said, if you'd like to see your friend, I would be happy to get guest relations to escort you down and carry your things.
All right. Annis just has like backpack and her bag of receiving. Going to guess Penelope has a lot of stuff.
I believe she had road cases.
Yeah, going to guess that she has some road cases that she's going to make the lovely guest relations person carry personally.
Again.
Oh,
Gonna scream.
Oh no.
We
But
will
yeah,
do what we can.
she has road cases. She has at least 3 of them.
So we're outside the boat currently,
Yes.
on the docks, ready to get on. Okay.
Yep. You are boarding it now. If anyone has anything they want to do before, you are welcome to it. Otherwise, you're hopping on.
Yep. Nothing here.
Let's go.
Cool enough. Let's grab guest relations.
So Johnny's in her disguise, but no one else is disguised currently, right?
Nope.
You're not there.
My understanding is that everyone is wearing what they need to pass for human, but they're not otherwise disguised.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So as you are approaching the ship, you see a familiar face. Well, familiar to Annis. None of the rest of you have seen this guy before.
Look at this nerd.
Yeah. And he shows up with a luggage cart, which he will be using to load all of your things and pull them up.
All right.
Guess I'll
So
get you a
Penelope's just gonna gesture
big
over
ol'
to
picture.
the road cases. Yeah, she's just gonna gesture over to the road cases and be like, "Luckily, these have wheels."
Annis is just going to fold her arms and very, very consciously not say anything.
He walks up and he sees the group, the very large group with his luggage case. He sees the various bags that Penelope has. He is actively avoiding eye contact. All right, cool. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fem's Casa. I'm your guest relations. You can see Buck is just itching to say something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Buck is with
I
her.
forgot Buck's with-
Annis will kind of look over, make eye contact, and just shake her head.
All right, you can see that he's trying really hard not to say something, but he is holding it in. Yes, I'll be your guest relations. My name is Moss, and if you need anything, I'll be happy to take care of it for you. I'll be happy to show you to your friend who is currently waiting downstairs. And with that, he walks over and he starts loading up the rest of your stuff on the cart and then ties the wheeled cases to the back of it so that it can all be pulled at once and pulls it up the gangplank and onto the ship.
I feel like that Annis would have mentioned to Buck at some point that Freddie was going to be on the ship.
That sounds like something you would do.
Yeah, so I don't think she would have just been like, he'll find out eventually. She would have been like, yeah, Freddie's going to be on this ship, so...
Right.
There's that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption that you would have told him that. Yeah, so he guides you up. As you step on the ship, all of you can feel the bounded field setting in. This bounded field is not as strong as you would have expected, but it's not a huge leap to assume that it's because this is a moving vessel and not a stationary thing. And it's much harder to maintain those on things that move.
I guess roll Arcana or something to try and determine what the bounded field is doing, aside from just being a bounded field?
Yeah, you can do that. Try to get a sense of how this is working.
Nope. Sure is a bounded field. Really
Yep.
impressive that it's on a boat.
It is admittedly impressive that it's here at all. They tend to work better when they can settle into the local ley lines. So...
Annis will kind of fall towards the back of the group, just like kind of nudge Derek and tilt her head in the direction of Moss. Be like, that's him.
Noted.
I heard that distaste.
You are not there.
That's out of character.
All right, so yeah, he's gonna take you over and he's gonna walk you down the stairs. So I'm going to drag just the player tokens down first so that you can see what the other floors look like, and then I'll move the whole pile of NPCs.
The struggle when you don't do a character voice and you want to say something out of character.
Yeah, that's fair. Although I feel
It's rough.
By now, I've gotten used to switching between Annis' voice and regular voice, but at the beginning it was really hard to tell when I was in character and when I wasn't.
Yeah, that was absolutely out of character. Like, ooh, that's a spicy
That's
character.
why you're doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, she's cute.
Oh yeah, there's some people on this floor now.
How many wives is Penelope going to leave this boat with?
Many.
I was about to say, which one are you looking at?
So there's those two that you showed us, but there's another one in the center there.
Oh, okay, I see her. Sorry, this is loading incredibly slowly.
Oh, so I see
There's a couple.
Fancy and Jolene, and then there's another cute girl.
Oh, yeah, in the center.
Oh, and then there's a couple of people. Like, they're literally both in the same token.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that Pickroo, too.
Yep. There are more couple Picroos than I expected, but that's one of the better ones.
It really is good.
All right.
It's like you run into like a battle couple in Pokemon, and they challenge you together for a double battle.
That makes sense.
Bartender, yeah. Oh, the one in the middle. Okay.
She got all them kegs.
That's true. I guess
true.
it must be the bartender.
Yep, you can see that as you're going down. And now I'm going to drag you to the floor under that. So that's obviously the bar floor. Bar, food, socializing, all that kind of fun stuff.
Cool,
now I'm going to pull you down to this floor. For simplicity, I did not build walls because I thought that would get really obnoxious really fast given the number of doors and whatnot. So you should be able to just freely drag yourselves around through that.
Cool.
I didn't want to get you stuck in that situation of last time where you had to like scroll and drag and scroll and drag and scroll and drag over and over again.
Go through this little maze. There we go.
Do I hear
All
them
right.
coming up the door?
No, because your room is soundproof.
Okay, so that does...
That does answer your question.
Yes.
Ennis is still going to knock.
Do I hear the knock?
Oddly enough, you do.
Okay.
Apparently,
that
this is a special kind of soundproofing where exactly that is allowed through.
He opens the door. He's got his horse head on, so it's like the hand slides under.
Oh no, not the horse head.
It's us.
Okay, yeah, because he's on the other side of the door as he kind of creaks it open. He's
Is guest relations going to be joining us?
Guest relations is bringing all of your stuff into the room.
Good.
oh, he is he?
Ennis is going to wait until he has brought it all into the room and everyone else and just shut the door. Very purposefully.
Wait, before he gets in there.
Wait,
he's like,
before he gets in there?
Before he gets
or
in
after?
there, hold on.
Okay, so Ennis knocks.
Wait, hold on.
And we said it's us.
Yes.
Hold on.
Well, I thought she was gonna walk in the room first.
Can you guys hear me?
We can
Yes.
hear you, yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Ennis knocks. You open the door.
Yeah, he slides it open.
It's us.
Okay. See, and like I said, he cracked it open for you all, but I thought you were gonna walk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ennis will go in first, I guess.
So it's like once you're on the other side, if he's coming in with y'all, he's got to ask you something first before we pull him in.
Okay, ask away.
Okay.
Because he's probably Moss. Is
He's
probably
still
going to come in.
moving all of
After
your
everyone
stuff,
else
so
comes
it's
in.
slowing him down a little bit.
Yeah. To be fair,
Penelope's
has a
gonna
lot
go
of-
help him with the cases.
That's too nice of her. Are we sure we want to be nice to him right now?
All right, what is your question?
Penelope is helping with the case.
It's like, when do we want to do the questioning?
I mean, he's going to be bringing the luggage in now. Is this room? This is our room, right? It's
Yeah,
the one that's
it's-
soundproofed.
Yeah, door knocks can come in. You just answered my question.
Okay.
This is the only safe place to have this
I
conversation.
think this might be the only time we're gonna have to corner him. So,
So, zone of truth?
yeah, I mean, wait until he's in here. Obviously,
Well, it lasts for 10 minutes. I can set it up before, and then as he walks in.
I'll put it this way: once he's in here, he's not getting out unless he goes through me.
Okay. Works for me.
As everyone else files in, I guess. Oh, everyone else is way ahead of me.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's been lugging stuff through on Penelope's helping, and that has actually made navigating these relatively narrow hallways a bit easier. So, hooray.
Okay, so is it basically just like the picture where there's just a bunch of beds kind of haphazardly, but no, like, chairs or couches or anything?
Yeah, because this room wasn't meant to host, like, 9 of you or whatever. You were very specific about having all of these people, and you were told that there would be a room. So,
It's only
they moved
6
a bunch
us
of
and a
extra
bird.
beds in.
Fair.
It's only 6 and a bird, jeez.
Yeah, you've got 2 more people coming.
I'm surprised
the door...
they didn't just go, okay, we'll do 2 rooms.
Fair. Does the door swing out or in?
It swings out.
Okay.
When I get in my corner, my safe corner.
With your safety cannon.
Fuck yeah. Now, question: is the bathroom also guarded?
Like soundproof.
Yeah. 'Cause it's connected to us. It's part of our suite, right?
You've had a few minutes. How
Yeah.
are you testing that?
He's gonna be like, hey, Annis, can you hear me splashing?
Can I?
Did you close the door?
Yeah.
You cannot hear him splashing.
Alright, I assume you're gonna come back to the room
Yeah.
and be like, did you hear me splashing?
Yeah, because there's a door like right
Yeah,
there.
there is a door. No, I didn't hear anything from the bathroom.
Okay, excellent. I'm gonna.
Well, that just means that we in here can't hear the bathroom. That doesn't mean that people outside the bathroom
You wanna-
can't hear into the bathroom.
So there's 2 doors. You want to go to this outside door over here? We gotta test this. We gotta know if I can have bathroom thoughts. I might have to sleep in here.
Can we test it later?
I mean, okay. Just gonna lock this door though. That way nobody from the outside can get in.
Yeah, as soon as Moss and Penelope are in the room, Annis is just gonna go pull the door closed
Click.
purposefully. Not slamming it, just closed. And she's gonna lean out
Penelope's
against
gonna
it.
give.
Hmm?
I was gonna say Penelope's gonna give Freddie or Moss, my bad, Moss a tip
Mhm.
for bringing the luggage down.
Are you giving him
Did she-
cursed gold?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my girl.
But also she doesn't. Maybe she's putting two and two. Hold on. Let me make a intelligence check for Penelope.
Close
Because
the
I just
door.
heard.
Lock
Huh?
the door. Make sure Buck is guarding the other door.
Oh yeah, no, she has not put two and two together yet.
Penelope is just nice to the
Sure.
help.
She's just nice
So,
by giving out cursed gold.
so Moss, lost your way again, did you?
He's checking to make sure all the doors are closed before he says anything. Are all the doors closed?
Yeah, like I locked the bathroom door that leads to the hallway, and then I popped back in, and I'm on the other side.
So I didn't hear what Anna said because
Oh,
my headphones popped out of my ear.
so Moss, lost your way again, did you?
Oh.
All right, so he is walking around himself and he is verifying that all of the doors are closed and locked. Is anyone stopping him?
Just gonna eyeball him down.
Annis isn't.
I mean, he's in front of that bathroom door, so if he wants to,
Could you make sure that's closed, please?
oh, it is.
Okay. And he's doing a walk around. All right. Gotta hand it to you. It was really smart getting this room closed off. It means we can actually have this conversation. Yes, very lost. Clearly. Obviously did not want to be here, but now you're all here, and I didn't want all of you to be here either, so guess we're talking.
Guess so.
What are we talking about?
If we need to just us talk, we can.
There are definitely some things that I feel like the two of us should talk about with some privacy, but right now, bigger picture, I cannot stress enough how dangerous this place is. And how,
I mean,
if at all possible, I would recommend leaving before tomorrow night.
and she's gonna raise her hand. I can't do that. I kind of have a concert to perform.
You're going to be performing in front of people from the church and people
Yeah.
from Clock Tower and
Yeah.
people who also identify as harvesters.
Yeah. I've done that before.
time.
And you will be protected while you are on the boat,
Yeah.
not when you get off the boat.
This will be
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo.
Out of curiosity, do you know the names of the harvesters? Because it could be ones that we've already beaten up.
I mean, I can get a list. I wasn't paying that close attention to them. It's more a matter of they're kind of some of the higher ups.
Ooh.
There's a lot of people who are here because there are a few things up for grabs this weekend, including access to a Grail War, which apparently is a
yeah?
thing.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like all of you know about and are not as worried about, so you're either all badasses or you're grossly underestimating the danger you're in.
Why don't you see which one you think it is?
Wait, why can't it be both?
I'm implying that we're all badasses, Penelope.
I know. We can still be badasses and not realize what kind of grave danger the Grail War has. They're both possible. One is not mutually exclusive of the other. But also, nothing he's said so far makes me feel like I'm really in danger, you know?
So, the short version of this and we can go longer if you want to, God knows we have the time, is that the church has several higher ranking members visiting, including some people from the Department of Lore who have been very adamant about getting access to the extent that I'm uncomfortable, because they don't come out and do things. But they're going to be here.
Yeah.
Members of the burial agency from the church will be here. Do you know what that is?
Can I roll something to determine if I know?
Yeah, I
what
was
that
going to
is?
say, can we roll for that?
Would that be history?
For this one, as weird as it is, this is actually going to be Arcana or Religion, because this isn't really a public thing.
I don't know anything.
Religion
I don't have a
time,
bonus in
baby.
We'll say,
Whoa!
whoa, damn.
That's a good one.
I was going to say, can I roll history for that one time?
14 religion, baby.
Oh man,
Oh,
we're
no.
about to look.
Oh,
like
from when
the-
you were posing? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can roll history from that, because you'd actually have been told a little bit about this.
Okay,
This has
cool.
Apparently done some research on the church.
I figured if not church related, just general religion,
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't know really about the church.
Okay, knowledge floating around.
We studied up. We prepared.
I am a
You are
religious
prepared.
boy.
Okay, so Aiden, starting with you.
Yeah.
What you know about the church is a bit limited, because you've mostly been told to keep away from it.
Yeah.
But you have been given warnings at times that there are branches of the church that are focused on hunting down and putting down phantasmal species.
Okay. Some stuff like his mom and Nina would have told him, like,
Yeah, you got some warnings about this. Nina in particular was very adamant about explaining to you how scary the outside world is.
oh,
And the fact that the church has people called executors who hunt down things that they don't approve of and kill them is known to you.
yeah. Okay.
You've never heard of a burial agency in particular, but from the context, you understand that the church has dangerous people, especially for phantasmal species. Annis and Penelope both hit the threshold to know through different means. Annis because she's been given a bit of information from, well, for starters, like general warnings similar to what Aiden's had in the past. But also Annis knows a bit because when you work in proximity of Clock Tower, you hear stuff. People come into the shop and talk. She's also got some information just from the fact that she has been around paladins before. Not just most recent ones, but in general, like, you do get a bit more traveling, and you've also heard a bit from druids. So you've got a bit of a rounded education there. Penelope straight up has been warned about these people by Vivi back when you were pretending to be church people, since you would kind of have to know about it. So the burial agency are the most elite of the church's demon hunting, vampire hunting. Like, they're not here for exorcising people that are cursed or taking care of small monsters. These are the people that get sent in when you decide as the church that you have to kill a dead apostle.
Oh, fun.
Or something on that league. And they're a very
Ooh.
elite group because there's only 7 of them.
A little bit. You know, that's a little elite.
And how
There's
many
only
are-
7 of them, but you also know that their numbers vary. And so far as like who those 7 are changes a bit, because some of them are more permanent because they're hundreds of years old. Others are relatively new because they tend to accomplish a whole lot and then eventually die because they're fighting the biggest of the big, and then they get replaced with someone else. But if any of the 7 of them are here, it doesn't bode well because everyone knows that this boat is run by a dead apostle. So
Any bonus information from me rolling a 20?
the bonus information for you is specifically that The burial agency, on the more meta sense, if we're thinking classes of D&D, these are your church-powered super badass paladins.
Gotcha.
They, like, you've seen how the paladins fought before with, like, the smites and the breakthrough damage and all that. These are that on steroids. So these are very dangerous, physically powerful beings, many of which are probably not human or human adjacent, but nonetheless
fun.
look like people. For anyone in Type Moon meta knowledge, CL from Tsukihime is a member of the burial agency. So we're operating on that level. These people outrank Kirei by a lot.
I suppose it's a good thing that there's the no violence rule this weekend.
It's true.
Yeah, it's more a matter of trying not to get too much on too many people's radars. Obviously, you're here and they're here for what they want, so just try not to make too much of an impression beyond what you have to. The boss is probably going to be paying attention to the burial agency. He's still providing protection, obviously, but it's a thing. But when you've got members of the burial agency and higher ups from Clock Tower, and also there's some, like I said, there are going to be some harvesters here. Don't really want them to follow you home. But it sounds like you all are comfortable with that, so I've tried. I've given what warning I could. I don't know which one of your friends kept sending messages into my head, but it's a bit dangerous because, as I told dear Centaur friend here, some of the entities here can read your mind. And
did someone send you messages?
Yeah. Someone specifically told me to make sure that things go okay for you, the one performing, and your friends.
I mean, I guess that was nice of them.
And they also mentioned Annis, which is why I asked them to maybe convince you to wait a week if you want to visit, to when things are less dangerous. But I don't know if that message ever actually got back to any of you.
Not that I can recall.
Well, whatever the case, whoever it is you had sending those messages was very persistent.
Did they say a name, or
did they give their name?
Yeah.
They gave me their phone number. Would you like me to call them?
No.
Okay. So, that all said, there will be dangerous entities here. I have it also an awareness that there will be, obviously, one dead apostle ancestor. Of course. And also there will be another dead apostle who I suppose you've probably met before, since you seem to be fairly comfortable here, but she will also be present. And this just has all the makings of a powder keg, and we will be out at sea, where there won't be a whole lot of leaving because there will be no teleporting on or off of this ship. That is part of the bounded field. So, if anyone wants to get off the boat, this is probably your best chance.
Good to know. But, I think I'm good.
We came here for a reason, and we've accomplished that.
All right. In that case, how can I help? I am guest relations, and I would love to make things go as quickly and safely for all of you as I can.
So is this the only room, or?
This is the only room that we could get the requested protections on. If any of you would like to leave this room and stay in another, I can arrange for it, but it will not have the protection from scrying or overhearing that this one does.
So they can't make the boat just do that, or
They don't want to do that. They like to listen in.
How they prevent the cheating.
okay? Because I was told by Jolene that they could do whatever I needed.
Right, and would that be before or after you charmed her to telling you whatever she thinks you want to hear?
What? She's just staring like, oh, what? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in a bit of a toozy. Both of them were. After meeting with you, it's not a big jump to assume what a celebrated bard was capable of pulling off there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course. But regardless, she told you a lot of things, I'm sure, and I'm sure she thought she could promise those because she thought that's what you wanted to hear. But she has limited authority to actually make those things happen.
Okay, but I would like another room that has that same protections on it.
I don't think we'll be able to arrange that on this amount of notice.
Why not?
I can certainly pass that along if you would like, but these protections are beyond my ability. I am not a mage. I will see who I can get to help with that, but in the meantime, you might want to stick to this room until we can get that sorted out.
Okay, well, I'll still take a second room, just because it'll be nice to have some practice space.
Sure.
So, but also some extra sleeping space. But yeah, if you don't want people to hear me practicing, I would suggest stressing the urgency of getting that room soundproofed.
I'll definitely bring that up, and I will see what I can do. I'm sure we have mages on staff who can, at the very least, facilitate the sound request. The scrying protection is a bit harder, but I will see what I can do.
Yeah, I would really appreciate that. And she slides him another cursed gold coin.
Thanks.
This time intentionally.
Ennis does not say anything.
And there's more of that if I can trust you to help me.
Penelope, roll a d20.
Oh no, it was so close to a 20.
It was very close. Okie dokie. Would anyone like anything else?
Yes, actually. You said that you had a list of names.
I can get you a list of names. Hold on. And he pulls out the clipboard that you can actually see him holding in his picture. It's actually a book. And he's thumbing through it. All right, let's see what I can pull out here. All right, which ones do you want first?
Give me just a second. He pulls out his little notepad, puts his finger, dips it in some ink, and whichever you want to start with, I'm gonna need every single one of them.
You want a rundown of everyone who's going to be on this boat?
Yes, I do.
I'm not going to give you a list of everyone who's going to be on this boat. That will take a very long time.
The dead apostle ancestor.
That's like,
Oh,
no. Van Femme is the dead apostle.
And then there's Lucretia, which is he's not counting himself because he already talked about Lucretia. He's not. There is an apostle ancestor that we don't know about.
Fair.
So who is the ancestor?
Is there?
Yes.
I was referring to Madame Lucretia.
Okay.
So she's an ancestor. So then who's the other dead
That might have been
apostle?
when
That's
my
not
headphones
Van?
cut out.
Van Fem, the one who runs this boat,
Yeah, that's what
is
I
a
thought.
dead apostle ancestor.
Oh.
Like, he is an actual dead apostle ancestor. Lucretia is more of an inheritor of their
Oh, that's right.
responsibilities.
She's an inheritor. Right.
But they are both dead apostles of incredibly dangerous potential. And
Okay, so there's not a third. I thought you weren't including him.
no, those two are the only ones that I'm aware of being here. There are several of them who could appear if they feel like it, regardless of our protections. But those are the two I'm aware of.
The people of the Lord apartment.
Yes. Yes, I would like to know that as well.
Sure. 1 second. He's flipping through. And I need to get the spelling of these names, because they're weirdos.
Do we know the name of the guy in the
No.
basement of lore?
We do
don't?
not.
Okay.
But Penelope has a description of him, and he's going to ask for that next.
Guy in suit. That is the
Yeah, you
description
never
I
actually
have.
saw him.
Gotcha.
Oh, I thought he took off his helmet.
No, you never
No.
saw him.
Why
You
don't
guys
we-
bailed it as soon as you could.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we. And even looking up like who's in charge of lore, not necessarily wouldn't be him. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I would like to know lore. I would like to know who's there from the church, and I'm so curious about which harvesters are supposed to be there.
Oh boy. I mean, I know who you want to be there.
There's no way they sent those two clowns.
Oh my god. Okay, speaking of Elias and Leopold, there was a restaurant I was tempted to order from for tonight called Leopold's Bar and Grill.
Wonderful.
And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's too cursed.
All right, I'm going to type this one in for you just because spelling's weird. Because it's Type Moon, so...
Yeah, of course.
Type moon.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, so the ranking member of the lore department who will be visiting with his entourage is Pierce Zoroheim. And similar to you, he's bringing a cadre of people, but he's the relevant one. He's Department of Lore. I was specifically warned by the boss to keep my distance, which makes my job very hard, but he doesn't usually talk to me, let alone give me warnings like that. So I would recommend you also keep your distance. He's apparently very dangerous.
If you see who I think he is, then yeah, that's a warranted warning.
But yeah, he's got a crew of people with him. He's the main one, though. If you really want me to give you a rundown, I will give you some names, which I'll just type at you later. It's not really worth reading off, but
Okay.
you understand. Like, if you hear a name later, I'll be like, yeah, that was on the list, just so that you don't have to turn into a bullet list.
Yeah.
But he's the relevant one from there.
Mhm.
For the church, you probably, I don't know if you know about them. You don't strike me as a very religious group.
I'm very
But
religious. You take that back.
Okay, I didn't. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
right,
It's
sorry,
kind of
my
religion.
apologies. I was
The
referring
religion is
specifically to
wrong.
that organization. Yes, her name is, believe it or not, Charity Psalms.
Charity.
Charity. That's answer is to Sylvia.
No.
I'm fairly confident that was not her birth name, but that is the name that was given to me. And considering you also gave me questionable names, I would not be surprised if it is fake.
Did Penelope recognize that name at all?
Penelope will have to roll history because that's a bit more obscure.
Okay.
Let's see what Penelope remembers for that. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
No, you don't remember that one.
Oh no.
You've not heard of Charity Psalms.
It's gotta be a fake name.
No. Is it
Clearly.
just her, or
She's got a similar entourage of people. She is from the burial agency, and she is very dangerous.
but she's the only burial?
Yes, they, to my knowledge, are not sending another one. Thank God.
Alright, hold on. Yeah, I'll be there later.
She's playing D&D right now. Is she actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're nerding it up. I know they can't hear me. I don't even care.
My DM says I can hear you. Yes, we're being nerds.
You should be. SJ also plays D&D. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see you guys later.
we play D&D together. Bye.
Are you guys still there?
Yeah, we're still
We're
here.
still here.
That's fun.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. This is part of the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Charity Psalms is going to be present. She's bringing a number of executors with her. I count at least 7. They're probably here because they want some of the things that are up for grabs, but
Which-
there's no doubt some concern over the obvious risk to the proprietor and his guests present by such a person.
Apartment for church.
The harvesters.
Yeah, there are not too many of them. Apparently, it's one of the leaders and a few lackeys. Let's see. He's flipping through.
I mean, chances are high that even if they gave names, they gave fake names for sure. Honestly, I'd be more shocked if anyone actually gave their real name.
It's very uncommon for people to give their real names here. Celebrities notwithstanding, of course. And he looks over at
Yes.
Yeah, we
Buck
can
at
hear
this point.
Okay.
He's like, isn't that right, Charlie Fox? Oh, do I get to talk now? Because I've just been enjoying this. Right.
Alright, so oh yeah, his name is Charlie Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed a whole chunk of conversation there.
It was just saying that they probably are all
yeah.
using fake names.
Yeah, we didn't get
Oh,
any
yeah.
answers yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using my real name.
Well, yeah, but how else are we going to entice people to come onto the boat this weekend if we don't have a celebrity playing, right?
I mean, people gamble, I guess. Besides, I don't think half of these people are coming to see me, you know? Maybe throw me under a dumpster or something.
So Annis thought about saying, "Don't sell yourself short," and then she stopped.
Oh, good for her.
She's
I mean,
using
'cause-
diplomacy.
Well, because, like, when you think about the guest list right now, half of those people probably want me dead. But, you know, whatever. I know I'm good, so that's not me going like, ah, man, nobody wants to come see Penelope perform. Everybody wants to see me. That is what it is. I just know that half of those people probably do want to kill me. But
Well,
I'm
you know
okay
you've
with it.
made it.
Huh?
That's how you know you've made it.
I guess so.
Alright, so is he still thumbing through for that name?
Yeah, I was just making sure you guys got a chance to get through that part.
Okay.
Right, and then in the Harvesters, there's a woman coming. The name that she gave us was Audrey, so take that as you will. But aside from Audrey, she's got a few people coming with her, some probably nobodies who also gave some fake names like Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones. Very clever. And then one of their higher ups, I guess he's trying to be intimidating or edgy or something. He just gave the name Butcher. So take that as you will.
Alright.
So, yeah. So those are kind of the bigger deals there. Let's see, other people that you might be interested in knowing are going to be here. Look, I'm going to be real with you. You probably already know this, but like, Arsène Lupin's going to be here.
Oh, I didn't know they knew.
Yeah, that was figured out a while ago.
Let's see. Is that it for anybody third party that would pique interest?
I mean, everyone else coming is probably
Oh my God,
more
this is
the general
charging me
clientele.
batty.
Hello.
Okay. So, like, I had actually been like, how did they know this is, or how do they know they're going to be here? And that is when the connection dropped again. I'm going to scream.
Internet is fun.
Yeah, how did they know? How did they figure it out?
Are you asking him that in character?
Would Moss
Yeah.
know?
Okay. They figured out that he was going to be there because they wanted him to be here. It was essentially bait to draw him in. They've actually been observing him for a while. And when he did his little fiasco a few weeks ago to have his going away party, they had some people present to observe that, see what was going on. And since then, they kept an eye out, and now he's going to be here under a very fake name. So I guess watch your valuables.
Oh dear.
So, you're saying that there were people from this boat, this organization, at Lupin's thing in France last month?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who? Can you?
That
do you
I don't know. I don't actually know that. I'm not given that information.
I'm gonna insight check just to make sure he's not lying.
I don't
Sure.
think he's lying.
But I'm just gonna do it anyways. Nat fucking 20. Jesus Christ, it's been
Woo.
used for the wrong thing. 27, baby!
He is, to the best of his knowledge, telling you the truth. He does not know who from this organization was present there. Well, hold on. Caveat.
Caveat. He knows who was missing that day, though, doesn't he?
He knew at least one person. Like he's like he seems to be dismissing one option from someone who was there, but he doesn't know specifically past that, which is a weird thing to intuit. But you got an at 20, so you can tell that he's holding a little bit back on that, but not like anything super overt or sneaky.
Yeah. It's like, and you don't remember anyone missing from shift that day?
I mean, we swap our staff out pretty regularly, and also this organization is spanning the entire world. We practically run the entertainment industry.
Okay, so is all the staff on this boat, or are you actually spread outside the boat then?
The organization covers the entire world. When I'm saying that we have information from someone who was there, someone who was there works for us.
Gotcha.
Also, since it's probably not what you have in mind, he tilts his head towards Johnny. Technically, she's with the organization and she was there. But don't think that's who was informing on this, and I don't think you're going to be surprised by that.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see. So what is Van Fem trying to get out of this? Because obviously he's planned this for a reason. He's pawning off items, which I'm curious about. But I feel like there's more. Like, something else. You said he's in on whatever's going on.
He is a very long-lived, very bored individual.
Of course it's boredom.
He has been around since the dawn of this planet, and he is very bored. And he plays games with the other dead apostles where they move pieces around the board, and he invested pretty heavily in humanity. And part of that entails getting people of influence and importance on some level to determine that you're important. And events like this allow him to move pieces around the board.
You said he's in favor of humanity, so the monolith is an issue for him as well.
I'm not overly familiar with what you're talking about there.
Look, Brett, Moss, we need to know we can trust you before we say anything else.
I mean, I've been putting a lot of my cards on the table, but if there's anything you don't want me to know, that's fair. People here can read our minds.
I know.
I would also be happy to talk to you after this weekend away from here if you would like. I can't go to Sherwood though.
Why not?
No, she rolled a 2 off her insight. She believes him. If you don't want to tell the group, we can have a conversation later. There's so much I want to ask you.
There's a lot I'd like to tell you too now that you're here. Honestly, if the lot of you would like to go check out the bar upstairs and we could just have the room, that would actually be appreciated.
Is the bathroom also proofed? Just double checking.
We can hear you.
Oh, thank God.
You switched to phone?
I switched to phone because, like, and even this might fuck up, so it's fine.
Alright.
But yeah, to answer your question, no, we don't have any special protections around the bathroom. So if you're having a luxurious centaur moment in there, you are not protected from scrying or sound.
Good to know. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem, Annis.
I know. We'll deal with it. Alright, so where do we even start? First of all, 4 of us in this room were at that Lupin party. That's why it was kind of surprising to hear that one of your people was there. And that you know and actually try, on purposefully got Lupin to come here. That's also pretty surprising. Second of all, just thanks to something going wrong with the last Grail War in Japan, all of the mana is slowly draining out of the world now, and we're trying to find a way to fix that, and that might the way to fix that might be a Grail War. So it definitely is a thing. That's true. And it's part of the reason why we're here.
That would track. I know that one of the selling points of this weekend is an opportunity to participate. All I really knew about it was that it's something that's unusual, that shouldn't be happening just yet, but also that the winner gets to make a wish, and that's pretty appealing. My understanding is that the church people want to be a part of this, and that's part of why they showed up. Like, occasionally church people show up, but they don't usually send anyone this big. I think they're taking this pretty seriously.
Yeah. So that's mainly why we're here. That's mainly why I'm here.
So you're here because you want to enter this Grail War thing?
We want to try our best to keep it out of the hands of people that could use the wish to do terrible things.
Well, we've
just want
definitely collected a number of terrible people, so guess we gotta watch out for that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not the only reason we're here, but it's the main reason, at least for me.
I mean, I'm just here to do a concert, so.
Well, I guess if anyone's safe, it's probably you, because, like I said, the boss gets bored, and he wants to see your show.
Oh. Good.
They will have performed for at least 2 Dead Apostles by the end of this weekend.
You know,
What a resume.
eventually they're just gonna be like, hey, we're gonna do like a Dead Apostle reunion. Can you play like background music for us? And I'll be like, sure, why the fuck not? I'm not signing any contracts though.
Everybody roll Arcana.
Oh no.
Well, I would, but
Did you ever perform for Ina? Like, did you ever? Jesus. Okay.
And
oh yeah, 3.
Would this be 3 Dead Apostles that you've performed
Yeah.
for, technically?
Yeah.
Annis, you really don't want to be present if there's a Dead Apostle reunion.
Yeah, no.
It's pretty much the end of the world.
They'll be like, hey, so we've decided we're gonna end the world, and we need some background music.
No, I think if all the apostles gathered, it's because the world is ending, so maybe we don't want that, perhaps?
Oh, yeah, no, but I mean, if they did want me to play for it, I mean, I wouldn't tell them no.
I mean, it's the end of the world, might as well have a good soundtrack.
Yeah, and maybe I can reverse the end of the world with how awesome the music is. I feel like that's an anime.
Or a song by, crap, it's Tenacious D.
Oh, yeah.
That is out of character. Annis doesn't know what this Tenacious
Right.
D is at all.
Who is D, and why is he so tenacious?
Does he go by D? Is it Mr. D?
Mr. D is his father's name.
Please, Mr. D was my father.
But yeah, I think it probably goes without saying, but if you want to speak openly, this is probably the safest place in the entire ship to do that. Just make sure the doors are completely closed. If there's even a crack, then the protections won't work.
Good to know.
They are honoring the letter of your request.
Yay!
Yeah, go for it. So, what are some of the other items that are going up for, I guess, auction or gambling, whatever it is?
That I don't know as much about, just because I know that the admission to the Grail War is the big thing, but they've definitely got some stuff that, for lack of another way of saying it, is cool old things. Like there's a sword.
Ooh,
I don't
a
know.
sword.
I don't know what the sword's deal is, but it's apparently a big deal.
Ooh.
There's a sword. There's a sword. There's a bow. There's a pointy stick. I kind of think they were going for a theme here.
Sure sounds like Catalyst.
So let me guess. Can I guess?
Sure.
There a sword and a bow and a pointy stick and like what?
A staff?
Yeah, like a staff of some sort.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh,
Daggers?
some what?
Daggers?
Ooh, yeah, maybe some daggers.
I think so. So the admission for people who are participating in this contest is to bring an item requested by the boss. And so the church are bringing something, the association is bringing something, and the harvesters are bringing something.
No wonder this one wanted to come here.
And
that's gonna be interesting.
Obviously, the dead apostle, Lucretia, is bringing the admission ticket as well. So there are some things from the boss's collection, and there are some things that are being brought in. I don't really know, but my understanding is that these items are of great importance. And aside from admission to this Grail War, they are things that the church and the association and the harvesters would love to get their hands on. Now, as for all of you, if you see anything that you want to try to pursue, you can gamble for it. I would recommend against it. I would also recommend against trying to take anything that isn't yours. They have a zero tolerance policy for cheating, and the punishment for theft is equally bad because it is a violation of hospitality. Hospitality is what keeps everyone on the ship safe. The boss is very old school, and as long as you are following his rules, you are under his protection. If you break his rules, you are no longer under his protection, which means all of the monsters walking around these halls have free reign to do whatever they want to you.
Duly noted.
Be very careful.
That leads me to that one question as well. They all can check in on us. Does Van Fem have a connection to them constantly, or he does a patrol to gather that intel from them?
People report to him.
Okay. He is not. Oh, shit.
He is very much a boss. He does not bother himself with too much of the day-to-day, but he relies on people who work for him to bring him the necessary information if they have it.
Okay. I'm assuming he has a separate quarters away from all of the quarters down here.
Yes, he's upstairs.
Very top floor.
One of them, yeah.
Okay. But I'm assuming everybody else has quarters down here that you've named off this list.
Yeah, that's the plan. For the most part, the guest will be staying around here. There are a few other places that they can stay, but this is going to be most of it. There are some of them that we are not comfortable necessarily leaving down here, and they will be elsewhere, but most of the guests will be down here under the strict rules provided. Madame Lucretia will not be, because she will not be sleeping.
That's fair.
Want to wait a second to make sure she's able to connect.
Can't hear. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a second to see if
Yeah.
there can be a stable connection. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me this time?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Fucking finally. I keep
Look, boat
losing
Wi-Fi
my
is a
connection.
bitch.
Well, here's the thing. The Wi-Fi is like the Wi-Fi signal is apparently like super strong, but Discord keeps choking on it,
Huh.
and I don't know why.
That is weird.
And it is driving me insane because it's both the Wi-Fi and like my data that's doing it. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Maybe the two of us can try to troubleshoot that when you get to the next place in advance
Yeah.
to see if there's something I can do leaving the system up that we can mess with.
Ugh.
There may just be some weird port usage where Discord and the game are fighting on the same ports, and I can just change the game port or something.
Maybe.
We can mess with it, but for now, we'll just try ahead. I don't know how much of that you got or didn't get, but the recap is that the other guests will be staying on this floor with the exception of Lucretia, who does not sleep and does not need to stay here, so she will be doing whatever she does.
Cool. All right.
Yay. Was there anything that like Penelope wanted to ask at all?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Is there anything else that you think we might need to know? Just for our own safety, I guess.
Honestly, I would recommend when you're talking to the other people that are on the boat today, keep in mind that nearly everyone upstairs is either a warlock of Van Fem or otherwise a powerful entity in some way contracted to him. So, regardless of how nice or polite they are to you, they have allegiances, and anything you say to them, you can assume they will share with him.
And what about you? Are you contracted to Van Fem?
I am a bit of a special case. Is that something that the two of us can talk about? I'd rather we be a bit more direct on it because it sort of ties into my whole situation.
All right. Yep, we can hear you.
What?
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
But suffice it to say, I'm not going to be reporting on anything I said here to him. I don't want him to know any of it, and I'm going to be thinking about anything else I can when I leave this room.
Could you show me where the stage is?
Yes, but honestly, so up there on the first level where you came in, the big open air
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
that's going to shift around so that you can perform up on deck onto the stars.
Oh, cool.
Essentially, all the game tables are going to go away, and it's going to become a big open space so that you have the acoustics of the night. But the bounded field will make sure that the weather is nice and pretty for it.
Oh,
if you would like
nice.
any particular weather, it can be scheduled. Would you like clouds? Would you like moonlight? What phase of the moon would you like? We can make all of that happen.
Oh my god.
Really, really cool.
Full moon, baby.
All right. You want a full moon, or you want a blood moon, or a lunar eclipse? Like, we can make all that happen.
Full moon, and I would like an absurd amount of stars.
Okay.
Like, have you ever seen those pictures of the night sky where like it's not like the sky is almost like watercolor and like blue and purple and black and just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
an aurora.
we can absolutely make that happen.
I want that.
Okay.
Cool.
Are there any other things you would like the firmament to do while we're setting that up?
Do what?
Anything else about like the performance? I guess is what he's asking.
Oh. I just need to make sure that I have a nice secure backstage space because I'm gonna have some costume changes, and I don't want anybody peeking in.
That is fair. Yeah, we'll let you
And
use
it's
one of
not
the
high customer
upper deck
appropriate.
rooms for that.
He's gonna have a talk with you all about that. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, yeah, we'll make it happen.
Cool.
Anybody else, or can I maybe have a moment to talk to Annis while you go check out the food or the games or whatever appeals to you? That no one's going to be playing until tomorrow night, but you can check out most of the ship as it is. I guess, yeah, boundaries. So this floor, you'll have access to your room in the common space, obviously. You might have noticed there's a giant vault door. You will not have access to the room beyond that. I don't think that should be too big of a shock. But past that, this floor is fairly available. Just don't go in anyone else's room. We'll see what we can do about getting you a second room, obviously, with a little more space and whatever enchantments we can put on that. The floor above this is the bar. There's food, there's drinks. Don't trust them, but there are some people up there if you want to talk to somebody. You can probably count on Brandy for at least a good drink. She won't do you wrong. And there's the top floor, which is the deck. That's where the games will be. That's where the concert will be. Off of that, there are closed off areas, which are generally private, but we'll open up one of them for you to do your costume changes as needed. Are you okay with big statues of angels and stuff?
I mean, I can deal with it.
Okay, because that's probably where you'll be changing.
Okay.
It's one of his preferred collection pieces, so don't worry too much about it. It won't attack you or anything weird like that. It's a room that is usually reserved for higher stakes gambling, but none of that will be going on during the performance, so we can cordon off that room for you accordingly.
Okay. Can I make a small adjustment to my request from earlier about the extra room?
I will see what I can do. What do you need?
So you know how there's the one that's attached on the other side of the bathroom?
Yeah.
I want that one.
I don't think it has any beds in it, but I could have one brought in.
And then I want the one that is directly across from this one.
Directly across from this one?
Yeah. Out of character. It has 3 beds in it. It's the one that's to the right of this room.
To the right on the map?
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
So you want that one, and you want that one?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do. And
if it makes your job any easier, we don't have to have the scrying and soundproofing on the one that doesn't have the beds in it. Because I'm mostly just going to be using that for storage.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. Like I said, I'll probably don't freak out, but I'm gonna ask one of the pit fiends to do it.
Speaking of the pit fiends, are they very talkative?
You do not want to talk to them.
Like at all?
they talk in your brain and they only scream.
You know,
That's
I've
kind of
already
why
done
I
it.
don't want to ask them, but
Are they at least polite?
no,
I've dealt with worse.
I
I'm
don't
not
think you
coming
have.
in this head.
I don't think you've dealt with worse.
Fucking Einosh bleed screaming in his ears.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It's like, I've had my fair share of yelling in my head. Yeah, but they do...
Hold on. This is what you're talking about, and Johnny's going to create an illusion for you. Damn it, it doesn't work. Right, sorry.
But yes. The things that have the telepathy. The big bodyguards that are stationed everywhere.
Yeah, that's
Creatures
them.
from the lower planes, yes.
They're summoned from some form of hell or other.
Yes. Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so suffice it to say, I'm going to ask one of those to do it because they have certain abilities. And they're bound to this vessels to do what we need, so that's where that'll be. But if you see one down here, or you can feel your skeleton trying to escape your body and flee, that will pass. It's just what their presence feels like. Honestly, I feel like that would probably be a bit of a buzzkill if I were a gambler, but I guess everyone who comes here is either a badass or thinks they're a badass or is in way over their head and probably crying in the corner within a minute.
Fair. But they do come down here and they kind of go upstairs, like they're everywhere.
They're often in many places. They're just usually invisible. If you bump into something in the hallway, don't linger.
That is good to know. Okay. Excellent. Aliens can be visible. That is what I needed to
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
know. Yes.
Okay. I've been trying to get this to work for the last 3 minutes.
Mm. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go to my corner. Don't mind me.
The horse corner.
With the cannon.
Bitches love cannons.
Hear me out. It's a silenced cannon.
Oh god, it is, isn't it?
It is.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Don't mind me with my beautiful cannon.
This is gonna be fun.
But yeah, that's all I needed to know. And since I know you're gonna be able to talk, my job here is done. He just eyeballs down at him and he just crawls back into his corner. And just to make a point, you know what? He's making a point. Crawls up the side of the wall, plants himself on the ceiling, and does the, like, 2 fingers to his eyes, and then points them at Moss. Like, and then he crawls back into his corner again.
Your friend is very strange.
Yeah, we know.
Also, my condolences on the fact that harvesters are about to discover centaurs still exist.
It's only the one.
Well, I guess that's
I'm still curious to
that.
see who was bothering you.
Tell you what, let's find out together. And he pulls out his
No.
phone
Wait, hold on. Can I say that Penelope has her phone on silent?
Sure, if that's what Penelope would do.
Sure.
All right, he calls
Will
the
it even
number.
work through the damaged field?
It apparently does. Phones
Phone's
seem
on
to work
silent.
here. Okay.
Phone's on silent.
So, real talk. Do you have a voicemail message?
No.
Who sets those up? Only losers do.
In 2005?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay, you know what? She does, but like, she's got her hand in her pocket and she's gonna try and like mute it. Just like, you know how you can hit the button? No, wait, shit, that'd still do it. You know what? Never mind. I don't fucking know.
Oh man, that reminds me of something stupid.
Digging your own grave.
I forgot to give you guys
Oh.
and I'm here too.
Jameson!
Oh, I completely forgot to drop his token on the map when I moved the maps over.
Is this the first time
She's-
you've seen Jameson?
I've never seen Jameson before.
Yeah,
He's
that's,
a hunk.
that's Penelope's manager.
Her
You
manager's
met
a
Jameson.
You're right.
He was in
Oh,
the library concert.
I don't think I remember.
He was there.
He was
You
there, I
probably
guess-
just didn't interact
You
with him.
you were Sunny Row at the time, but you saw
Did I
him.
get like a full screen of it?
He probably didn't share that at the time.
No, I don't think I shared it because I think there was a lot going on.
Look at him. So I heard you need a lawyer.
Oh my god.
I know a good lawyer. It's not me.
Look, I got worried, and I asked my friend Ruby Clover to message you, but I only asked her to message you the once. Just to make sure that you were alive, and not in any danger, which apparently you are.
Well, she
She
definitely
messaged
messaged
you
me
after I
in my head many, many times.
Yeah, rolled a 1. I'm sorry.
Reroll that shit.
Okay.
Reroll that shit.
Okay. Yeah, I only asked her to message you the once, and I don't know, anything about any further messaging.
Well, she clearly cares about you, and that's important. She just... Every time she sent me information, it was something else I had to try to keep out of my mind when I walked past the pit fiends. So,
That's
kind of compounded on itself a bit.
Any tips on that? You know, like not letting them find out anything?
You know the challenge of not thinking about something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Find something else to think about and focus on it. I spend a lot of my time walking around here with songs in my head.
It's a good idea.
What a coincidence. I do too. Except I usually write them down and then put them in albums.
And at this point, it sort of clicks for Penelope, maybe some of what Johnny was doing the other day. And where she picked that up.
Oh no. Well, he's just gonna go over to Johnny and just knowingly pat her on the arm, just like, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's just how it works here.
Sounds terrible.
Well, so if I go and like explore around a little bit, am I gonna have to worry about things screaming in my head right now?
As long as you don't interact with them directly, it shouldn't be a problem. They are generally trained to not interact with anyone who doesn't work here. If you ask
Okay.
them something, then you'll probably hear a cacophony of misery. But if you don't engage with them, you should be fine.
Okay.
That said, again, stray thoughts, they will hear them.
They'll hear them, and then I suppose they'll report to their boss if it's anything suspicious.
Yeah. But none of you are up to anything suspicious, right?
Not today.
Ugh.
All right, so I guess there's probably he looks at his watch. I'd say I've probably got about half an hour before Mister doesn't realize we know he's Lupin arrives. So
Oh, fun.
I'll no doubt have to bring them down here when they arrive as well. But
So, out of curiosity, do you have to interact with every single person who comes onto the boat?
most of them.
But there are other guest services people that help others on the boat too?
There are. I'm specifically helping you because right now you're the only ones who are here, so I can give you my undivided attention. Tomorrow, when we actually take on the bulk of the people who will be here, it will be spread between myself and others. I would not trust any of the others.
Good to know.
Everyone currently here is then staff right now.
Yeah, we got here early because of Penelope.
Yeah, he's just double checking for sure.
Everyone here is either staff or people who have made similar arrangements. To my knowledge, the only other people who are arriving early are Arsène Lupin and his +1. And Lucretia will be arriving later, but she does not need guest relations, so I'm not to interact with her.
Mm.
Pretty much my only safe evening then.
Yeah.
Alright. Good to know. Alright, Penelope, I'm gonna have to talk to you and Annis in a minute too.
Well, I think Freddie wanted to go to talk to Annis too. Was it Freddie? Freddie or Moss? Which one is right?
I think he wants to go by Moss here.
Moss is safer for here. I do have a family that I would like to keep off their radar.
Out of character. Did he say how he ended up in this situation, or did I miss that?
He has
No,
never
he-
said that.
He wants
Okay, cool.
to... Yeah, he's probably gonna tell Annis. No, not probably. He's gonna tell Annis.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Well then, but yeah, I think not Freddie. Moss wants to talk to Annis, so that's gonna have to wait. Not. Oh God. Okay, and then Penelope's just gonna go into the bathroom.
He's gonna follow her. Be like, I'll talk to you in a minute. Let me go talk to her. Puts his
Like-
horse hat on at least, because he knows the bathroom.
Oh my God! I ended up peeing. Don't come in here.
Oh my god. Are you actually peeing?
No.
He opens the door, then closes it.
Are you going to be okay?
Oh, that was it me?
Yeah. Derek, who's been very quiet and narrow-eyed at Moss the entire time.
Fucking right.
Yeah, I'll be fine. If he tries anything, you know I can kick his ass.
I know, but as long as you're okay, I'm going to be right on the other side of the store. I can't hear anything, but
Okay.
if you need to, for whatever reason, get someone to hold him down while you repeatedly step on his balls, just open the door.
Oh, wait, you've left already. I was gonna ask you to do Zone of Truth.
Oh. I mean, he can walk back in and he's like, opens door. Is anyone else gonna join in the bathroom or?
I didn't. Can you do that thing you do that makes people tell the truth?
Oh, yay.
Just kind of like doesn't break eye contact with Freddie when she's saying it.
No, by all means, go for it.
Level 2, I think. Yes, Messages. Alright. Let's see, what do I need?
Now watch, he'll pass and she will fail.
Yeah, he's
All things
gonna
are possible.
cast Zone of Truth. And I think it's a 15 DC save.
Which statter is it that you're saving?
Oh, here, let me... It is a charisma saving throw.
It's a charisma saving throw. Okay. I hope you statted Freddie.
I did.
I figured you had.
That is my one spell. Alright, Annis.
Yeah, she failed.
Yeah, he'll tell them both once they both do their thing.
Actually, I mean, everyone in the room should have to make it, but it's only really relevant for those two.
For the people who stay.
Pretty much.
Zone of Truth.
Yeah.
What's the size of it? Is it a 15-foot radius?
It is a 15-foot radius sphere
Okay.
centered on a point of choice. So, you know, pretty much where, like, right where he's standing is kind of like the middle of the room-ish. It'll catch them both.
Okay. Let me see if I can do this correctly this time, because I tend to suck at it, but... Centered on where you're standing?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Whoa, that's big. Okay, hold on.
That fucking baller!
That's
The Eye of Truth!
I like how it has a default size and it ignores it in favor of just being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for his extra ass spell casting.
That should be enough, I think.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, 15-foot
We
radius?
also-
Oh, then it's like that big.
I think also a bunch of people above us would have to make it too, but...
No, because that would be contained in this room, I think.
Alright.
I don't think
If I set that up correctly, you should be able to move around without the stupid token getting in the way now. Because that was the problem before, and I think I figured out how to do that better.
Okay, yeah, so he's just like, makes some hand motions, says a spell in Sylvan under his breath a little bit. Looks at Annis, looks at him. Did he make the save?
I will make him roll now.
I gotta beat a 15.
Yep. Let's see.
I hope he doesn't.
The odds
Because
are not
you
in-
know if he passes or not, right?
I do. Yes, it tells
That's
me.
what I thought, yeah.
That is why. That is so important.
Alright. You said the number is 15?
Yes.
Okay.
This motherfucker make it.
You know that he did make it.
He did make it?
Yeah.
Okay. So he looks to Annis. He goes, You're
Annis,
Mhm.
you also passed.
I did?
You did.
She only got a 13.
Yep.
It's an effect.
Something else is happening, and she passed.
Huh. Interesting.
So he's going to look to Annis. And he's like, both of you are going to be able to lie. So it is up to you both to decide whether or not you're going to tell the truth to each other.
Okay. Well, thank you for trying.
And he nods his head. He's like, I'll do whatever you need me to do. We'll be in the other room for a little bit. I guess just open it whenever you're ready, or I guess Penelope will walk out the other, but I'm going to probably stay in that bathroom until you need me.
Okay.
So, like, goes over here, Anybody else?
And if for some reason you
Yeah, we
leave,
should probably
just
all go.
We'll
Everybody squeezes into the bathroom.
No one's gonna actually go
Should
explore.
should
Well,
I
rubber
go?
ducky party.
Should I? Yeah, I should probably go, huh?
Who's talking?
Buck.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Oh fuck.
Just want you to know, I named you.
True.
Penelope's gonna walk back in and be like, "Hey Johnny, do you want to go exploring?"
Sure, we can do that. Just fair warning. Everyone upstairs is an asshole.
That's okay.
Well, not all of them are assholes, but just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Doop. Are you leaving Hemlock in, or are you sending Hemlock out?
Oh, I'm just gonna have Hemlock kind of go perch in the corner over here.
Okay.
Give him some snacks.
Where's Derek going?
Derek
So
is
you
on the
can-
other side of the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Annis will go sit down on the bed.
She's just gonna pop in and be like, "Item, we'll talk later. Once Annis is done-ish."
Okay.
And then, whoop. Okay.
Okay. Hi.
Are you in
You-
danger?
Probably. I've been in danger for a long time. How's the
Right, so you
family?
can't go back to Sherwood. Why can't you go back to Sherwood?
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna put all my cards on the table. You're here. Might as well tell you. So, a few years back, my sisters and I were, studying. We just come back from summer and Sherwood, and like, as you're obviously aware, America is a much more difficult place to find tutors for druids. But nonetheless, Matt, why? Did you guys just all lose the map?
No.
No?
Oh, weird. I did for some reason on Merlin.
Huh. Damn it, Merlin.
As long as all of you can see, it's fine. Just
Mhm.
was very strange. Let me just recenter this for
There's just
web
something very
purposes.
funny about Aiden, Buck, and Jameson all hanging out in the bathroom. All the girlfriends go explore, and then this is happening in the other room.
Like, I'm just saying, we're having a fun time with rubber ducks, okay?
I hope the rubber ducks are actually there.
They better be. Or I'm gonna call room service.
Oh my god.
There, I specifically requested them.
Boss is just like, I'll see what I can do.
Weird. Merlin just fell out of party vision for some reason.
Bye, Merlin.
He doesn't deserve it.
Bye, bitch.
Free 25 bitches.
All right, let's. There we go. All right. Sorry, just didn't want the recording to be like a black screen.
That is fair.
We all forgot about Jameson. That is rude.
I feel bad about that because he was on the old map and I forgot to drag him to the new one because he's not on the combat tracker. But at any rate, yeah. So when we got back, we were trying to find, another tutor for Lily. In the meantime, so she could put the things that she was learning back in Sherwood to good use. And while we were looking into that, we got the attention of, well, a dead apostle. Not a big one, not a badass, just a smaller one. but it was apparently one that needed to feed off a phantasmal species. And so it kind of hunted us down, and we were a bit away from home since we were out looking for, new tutors and stuff, and we got cornered. And when we did, Lily was still figuring her stuff out. Veronica and I weren't too much help. But suffice it to say, we were lucky. And the place where we were going to find a tutor was in... your geography is pretty good. It was in the Great Lakes area, and we were visiting this woman who was a, well-celebrated druid, and as it so happened, while we were attacked by a dead apostle, her husband is in fact a hunter of undead problems. He's known as the Bone Settler.
Crosby.
And,
Out of character. Didn't say that in character.
yeah, but yes, that is who it is. He was thankfully nearby when this happened and managed to destroy the dead apostle. But before he got there, it bit me. And that's bad. So it bit me. And I was in a very bad place. Thankfully, a combination of the necromancer Crosby and his wife, the druid that, Lily was training under, they were able to stabilize me, but I still got some of the problem that came with it. Namely that I absorb mana from ley lines a bit more than I should now. And that's part of why originally I had to keep away from places like Sherwood, because things that are around me for too long start to deplete. They fade in color and they become brittle. And so Bone Settler was really helpful in helping me get a bit of a sense of what to do about that. And so for a time I was learning how to, avoid problems. Lily kept learning. She and Veronica spent more time with their daughter and continued to learn things together. I took a little bit of a distance because, quite frankly, it was dangerous for a druid to be around me for too long. So yeah, didn't really want to just go bumbling back into Sherwood immediately the following summer when I had that baggage. And Lily didn't want to go back without me, and so she continued to study there.
So I know
That's... Yeah.
I know Mr. Crosby. I've met him.
He's a really nice guy.
He is very nice. Do you know they're all here in London? Mr. Crosby, his daughter, your sisters.
Yeah, they let me know that they were going to be in the country. I think they thought I would be able to come see them, but...
You can't.
So, more of my situation, just to give you a bit more backstory there. So, side effect of being at least partially dead apostle is that you eventually get the attention of monster hunters who have a depressingly real ability to track down people that read as dead apostle, even if you aren't one. And I don't know how many run-ins you've had with people from the church But when they corner you, they either kill you outright or they give you a choice. And the choice that was given to me was from one of their burial agency members. And she said that I was in a unique position because I was part of the monster, but I wasn't actually a monster. And that's something between what they did for me and the half-elven blood in me and all of that meant that they could give me the alternative of doing them a favor, and they'd look the other way and walk away from me. Now, I have no desire to work with the church. Why would I? But they did offer some degree of protection, and that protection extended to my family. So, essentially, while my sister was learning to be a druid, and my other sister was with her, having her own journey of discovery that I'm sure she can explain to you later, I spent some time with the church, learning how to get a better grip of what was happening to me. So I do have a lot of problems, but I've gotten most of them under control now. I don't rot the ground that I stand on anymore. I don't fundamentally drain the mana from people in my presence anymore. If I lose my temper, or if I don't keep up with my daily routine, these problems do come back, but a lot of it has been something I've learned to keep control of. But they have helped for that, and in exchange, yes, I have helped them do a bit of cleanup on some of the monsters out there. Actual monsters, just to be clear. Not hunting phantasmal species. I'm not hunting mages. I'm not doing any of that. They've had me taking care of the really weak dead apostles, like the one that did this to me in the first place. I've been on hunting duty for them. But, side effect of that, they can scry on me whenever they want. That's why I can't go back to Sherwood now.
And probably why you can't leave this boat much.
I'm going to tell you something dangerous that I'm going to ask that you try really hard not to think about when you leave here.
Okay.
But I'm on this boat because they wanted someone to keep an eye on Van Fem.
Right.
And this was a deal that I could take because I don't have to kill anything here. I don't have to fight anything here. I just have to keep some things out of my head when I walk down those halls. And honestly, in the grand scheme of dead apostles, Van Vim is not the worst. He's a big old mob boss. He runs the entertainment industry. He runs a lot of legal stuff, a bunch of companies. He is about as human asshole as an asshole can be without being human.
That's fair. So he thinks you're working for him, and you're working for the church, keeping tabs on him.
He knows that I work for the church, and he doesn't care.
Okay. Are you helping the church do anything this weekend? Or is it literally just you're a spy?
I am here to pass information that he wants the church to have to the church, and I'm here to make sure the church gets what information they can. I think both sides know that I'm compromised, but they're both getting more information out of me being here than they're not. But it also means that if I bounce, I have two big bads looking after me.
Yeah.
So that's
That's
why
a
I'm
problem.
stuck.
Okay.
But
I guess that
for
makes
what it's
sense.
worth, I am in a much better position to take care of myself than I used to be. And whenever the church decides they don't want me here anymore, I don't think Van Fem's going to mind me leaving. It's all a game to him.
So
But that's my situation. So yeah, I don't know what you really thought the reason was going to be, but I have a feeling half vampire wasn't on the list.
definitely not. That is a bit of a surprise. And I guess I understand why you didn't try and contact me or send letters or anything.
I feel really bad about that. I should have done something. I should have found some way, but I think I was ashamed at first, and then I just kept digging. I fucked up a lot. I fucked up, and then I fucked up again, and it just kept building. And after a while, I guess I thought I'd eventually find a spot where I could reach out again. I was hoping that maybe once the church gave me an idea of how to get a grip on this stuff, I'd be able to go back, but I didn't realize how good they were at keeping tabs on me and what I would be bringing to your doorstep if I did. But I should have found a way to send something. People have left the church before. People have gotten out. I just worry what the consequences of that would be sometimes.
I have a shop in London now. I took over from my grandpap at his potion shop. But you
Oh,
work
how's
with
he
him.
doing?
He's doing good. He had to retire because he got a little sick, but he's doing better now.
Okay.
And, I mean, obviously, Buck is doing fine. Beach is doing fine. Everyone's fine.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I haven't been as close to them lately, obviously, but my sisters are doing well. I think they've really enjoyed learning from the people they've been learning from, I suppose. Since no one else is here, I think that you might find it pretty entertaining that while Lily has absolutely been learning from, her druid friend and her mom, Veronica seems to be hitting her goth phase.
Oh, really?
I think
Oh, is
I
that
think being
Buck
around
isn't here?
the Bone Settlers probably given her a bit of an edge.
Oh no! Did she start? Did she do the accent? Do you know? Because that would be funny.
Oh, you mean his I don't think she's picked that up yet. I think she's still trying to act like she's cooler than all of this, but I do think that they're both very happy, as far as I can tell.
I'm glad they're doing okay. I asked Mom to. Well, tried to have her scry on you, and that didn't work because I think you were here. Just to make sure you were alive. But when that didn't work, I had to scry on them, and they seem like they're doing okay.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that they're continuing to do well. Like they're in a safe place. I'm kind of in a dangerous spot, but it's nothing that I haven't been able to tightrope walk so far. I was just worried when I found out that you were going to be here that something was going to happen. Like whether or not Van Fem gives you protection here, if a harvester, God forbid, follows you back to your shop,
Kick his ass.
or if the church decides that you're a threat to whatever they've got going on. Like,
yeah, that's a bit more of a problem.
they're very dangerous. Even the association, the people they have
Oh,
here.
I
I don't.
know.
It sounds like you've got some familiarity with a lot of these problems, but
Yeah.
it is something that I'm worried about. I was hoping that you could maybe hold off a week and avoid all of this, and maybe come when it's just a bunch of rich fucks and gambling college boys.
Well, no, unfortunately, we needed to be here this weekend, I guess.
It sounds like it. Well, if you're getting involved in that Grail War thing, I suppose this would be the week. That was not in character. Got to work on my American voice, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Ooh. Yeah, I guess this weekend would be the one for that. They got a lot of crazy stuff here. I don't know what any of it is, but seems powerful.
I guess
My understanding from it is that the people who are coming from the clock tower brought the staff, for what it's worth.
So I guess
I don't know
there's
where
no
the
way
rest
to
of them came from.
reverse what happened to you.
Not
Just
that I've
to
found yet. I mean,
contain it.
it's taken a lot of getting used to, but it's not so bad. There's some perks to it, I guess. And then he walks up on the ceiling like Aiden did. This is
Oh,
apparently a thing I can do now.
She just walks up on the ceiling. I'm gonna actually expend the spell slot to do it because I'm petty.
That's fair.
Like, oh, what a coincidence! I can do that too.
It happens. But yeah, there's a few perks, there's a few drawbacks, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Not that I ever really thought this was on the table, but you know. I can go out in sunlight, that's always nice. I was afraid that was going to be a thing.
So, you are a vampire?
No, they bit me, and that I flag as vampire and get a few little things here and there.
So you're more like a werewolf? No.
I think the technical term for it is dampier, but the long and short of it is I can walk on walls and stuff now, which is kind of cool. I don't actually have to breathe anymore. It's pretty weird. I do, because it's strange not to, but I don't have to.
Seems convenient.
And technically, I can bite things really well, but not much point in doing that. And then the downer, like I said, is if I'm not at least background thinking about it, I sort of suck the mana out of a room, which is frowned upon in good society.
A bit. Do you have to eat? Or...
Yeah, I still eat. Like, I'm not an actual vampire. I do have to eat. I have to still sleep and all that stuff. I just have a little bit of a different physiology is all.
Alright, well... Still mad at you, but not as mad.
I mean, that's fair. For what it's worth, I did learn some cool stuff from the weird church people.
She's just like... doesn't know what to say. Wait. So that monk out there, I'm dating him now.
It seems nice. Where'd you meet him?
France. We were fighting harvesters.
That's noble.
Yeah, they were trying to kidnap a little halfling, and we put a stop to that. I picked up a guy and threw him at another guy. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh, nice. You always were the strong one.
Yeah, and I've been working out. I'm even stronger than the last time you saw me.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Still going all in on the druid life?
Yeah, for now. I don't know, I've been thinking about maybe studying something else for a little while, but we'll see.
It's totally fair. I didn't really have much of a direction myself, but I learned a little bit just getting a grasp on my situation. For what it's worth, you should be totally safe here this weekend, but if anything, you know, if the shit hits the fan, I'll do what I can to get you and your friends out safely.
Oh, good. That's what a good guest relations guy is supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a big part of my job. But more to the point, if I'm being honest, I know that the burial agency people and the harvesters are creepy, but the one that I'm most concerned about is the clock tower guy.
Me too.
I almost never talk to the boss directly, and he specifically told me to keep away from him.
Yeah, if it's who I think it is, we don't want him getting that entry to the Grail War under any circumstances. I would rather it go to the church than him. I would rather it go to the harvesters than him.
That's troubling.
But I would rather it go to someone that's not going to potentially destroy the world or wipe all phantasmal species off the map or what have you.
Definitely fair. There's a lot of people who shouldn't get a wish. Who knows? Maybe some rich whack job will get it and then just wish for more money.
We can only hope.
So, I guess
You know,
that, yeah.
A wish could probably fix what's going on with you.
Yeah, probably, but I feel like there's bigger problems than me.
Yeah, a wish could fix a lot of things.
Yeah, there's a lot broken. Apparently, that includes the world, from what you guys are saying.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. There are portals opening to the other side of the world all over the place, and all the mana's draining out of both sides. It's a mess.
It sounds like it. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if, on some level, the boss has heard about this. He kind of hears about everything.
I'm sure he knows. Hopefully he's either going to be neutral or come down on the side of fixing the planet.
It's really weird with them. Like, my understanding is that it was their job to keep the planet safe, but they kind of all get tied up in these games instead. But I guess they can't play if there's nowhere to play, so
Exactly.
who knows? It's one of those weird things where, like, on the one hand, it seems like the guy, you know, he's, when you talk to him, he seems like he's on top of a lot. But on the same note, like, who summons pit demons to keep an eye on their, you know, craps tables?
Yeah, that is weird.
That feels excessive, but also, like, he can even do that. And,
Yeah.
like, candidly, this boat changes a lot. Like, he makes it into whatever he needs it to be, and he has others like it. He has castles that move.
Huh.
There's a whole other league of stuff out there. I kind of wish they'd use that power for something useful, but instead it's one-upping one another. Like, nothing else really matters. So It's frustrating, but it's the game that they're playing, and we're all stuck as pawns.
Well, I'm glad that you're alive and mostly safe. I mean, working for the church and a dead apostle seems like a terrible position to be in.
It's not the best, but right now, I'm not keeping too many secrets from them, so they don't have too much of a reason to come down on me. One thing that I am concerned about is if one of the groups that wants to get their big prize this weekend doesn't get it, we can handle it if they get uppity. If all of them get uppity, he's like, the boss is gonna have to do something himself, and he probably can, but it's a lot harder when there's that many different things. I think he's flexing when he lets them all on here at once, but it's a lot of angles, and it's not a big boat. So, again, push comes to shove, stay low, let them duke it out. I'll do what I can to keep everyone safe.
Well, I can't speak to anyone else, but I will try.
Also, keep an eye out on your horse friend.
Oh, I know. I'm always keeping an eye out on my horse friend.
He cares about you.
He gets into
I think
a
they
lot
all
of
do.
trouble.
I think they all do. You've got good friends, but make sure that they understand their limits. It's a very dangerous game.
So don't try to fist fight people this weekend, especially not the big guys.
Not
Got
here.
it?
Don't fight anyone here. If you really, really, really hate someone that you encounter here, wait till you get back. As long as they're under hospitality, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that.
Oh, yeah. It was like that at the Lupin Mansion, too. People got around it in creative ways.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. So, you know that guy, right?
Lupin? Yeah.
You think he's dumb enough to try to steal something this weekend?
Oh, he's definitely going to try and steal something this weekend. Are you kidding?
That's what I thought. It's kind of his thing, but it'll be interesting.
It certainly will. I'm not going to try and stop him or enable him. I just want to see what happens.
That's probably the safest you can do.
See what happens, and I want to keep that Grail War invitation out of the wrong hands if I can.
Fair enough. All right, well, it's probably been enough time that you should let your boyfriend know that I'm not attacking you or something. And I should probably go meet said Lupin upstairs.
Yeah, probably.
If we need to talk, feel free to call guest relations and I will come right down.
Okay. Stay safe.
You too. And he sort of awkwardly goes to hug you.
After all. No. You've got that mana draining thing.
That's fair. That's fair. I understand. All right, well, tell you what, your friend's on that side. I will go out through the bathroom.
Okay, watch out for Eileen. You might, hang on, hold on. She's gonna go over and knock on the door.
Oh, okay.
Creak it open. Freddie, Moss is leaving. Don't attack him. I will explain.
Is everything good? You're good.
I'm good.
That's all that matters.
Do not attack him. He has important business to do.
All that I care about is that you are good.
I'm fine. Okay. You have safe passage. You will not be assaulted by Aiden, at least. can't guarantee anything about Buck.
Is the door open as you say this?
Yeah.
To be fair, I can't assault anybody. It's against my way.
She is
That's
gonna go over.
probably for the best. Excuse me, everyone. Wow, this is really a crowded bathroom. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get you guys some more space. Nice to see you again, Charlie. Yeah, absolutely, Moss. Wonderful to see you, Moss. I'm glad you found your way here. I'll just be hanging out over here at the north side of the boat where Moss hangs out.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, I just like...
Ennis keeps it in, but she's definitely, like, hiding a smile behind her mouth. Behind a hand.
Never change, buddy. Never change.
And now she is gonna cross over, creak open the door.
I'll close this door behind him.
And then Penelope and Johnny are not right there.
Yeah,
so-
you're upstairs. I'll drag you
Yeah.
up in a sec. Yeah, opening up, you find Derek, and Derek is currently, when you open the door, he seems to be pacing back and forth, talking to himself.
Oh no.
It's okay, buddy. It's fine. In the event that anything goes wrong in there, then you'll just teleport in and you will kick him in his teeth. And then when he is kicked in his teeth, he will not have a witty comeback because your foot will be in his mouth. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. But I need a good line when I do that. What would a good line be? It has to involve a kick. I will come up with something by the time I do it. Oh, hi, Annis. Yeah, is everything good?
Yeah, no need to kick any ass. Everything's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I don't know if fine is the right word. No one needs to have their ass kicked right now.
Oh, good, because that would be a shame, given the rules of the boat about ass kicking.
Yeah, exactly. You probably don't want to assault the guest relations. You can come back in if you want.
Okay. And now he's got to roll something.
Shit.
Oh, for the zone of truth?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm intrigued on if he makes it or not, because that's going to answer. Well, no, because has it been 10 minutes? How long was their
I
conversation?
mean, that was a long conversation.
You're right.
Yeah,
It's probably gone by now. I'll get rid of it.
Oof.
Never mind then. No zone of truth.
You're free. You can lie to your heart's content, Derek.
I wasn't worried. Don't worry about it.
It's okay, I trust in you, bro.
So once you're inside, he closes the door behind him. I guess everyone else is shuffling back in because
Yeah.
sitting in the bathroom is weird.
3 bros chilling in a bathroom, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Oh my God.
Closes the door. Closes the door.
We don't know about Jameson. He could be gay.
He is a complete rich backstory that none of you have ever delved into.
Oh, I'm gonna delve into that. Don't mind me.
So Jameson, tell me all about. No, I'm kidding.
That was the
Well,
worst
no.
possible time for my connection to go down. Because I'm like, I could say something. I'm not gonna say something.
And that's
See?
fun.
We all.
But
we don't
also,
technically
there's
know
a lot
about
of shit.
What?
I was
what
gonna say,
now?
there's a lot of shit I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, trust me. Me too, man.
We don't technically know about Buck. He could be bi. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see that.
It would be bold of us to limit Buck.
I don't think you truly can limit Buck. All right. Well, I think I'll wait for Penelope and Johnny to come back for the whole story, but he does have a pretty good reason for not coming back to Sherwood, and a not so good reason for never contacting me.
I knew it.
But I'm still mad at him, but I'm not, gonna kick his ass or anything.
Do you want me to give him a wedgie? Is that against the rules?
Would that be considered violence on the on the note? No, being no fighting. Is that considered a fight?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to,
We might just for safety. Maybe we shouldn't.
but also he's very firmly an ally on this boat, which I think is going to be something of a short supply here. We know, obviously, we're all in this together with us, and Mr. Lupin and his friend are going to be on our side too, and presumably Lucretia, but that's about it. We can't count on anyone else in this boat, it sounds like. And I took a pretty big risk trusting him, but he also told me a lot about what's going on with him, so it's one of those things where it wouldn't make any sense for either of us to betray the other.
Well, as long as you're okay with him being here, I will not dunk him in the ocean and laugh the entire time.
Ivan just makes eye contact and just nods his head.
I mean, he said himself, if we've got a problem with anyone on this boat, we should just wait until we're off the boat to settle it, so... I don't know if he's going to be leaving the boat anytime soon.
I mean, we could kidnap him if you want.
I don't know if I want that. Also, try not to get too close to him. He does this weird thing where he can drain mana if he's not consciously stopping himself from doing it.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wanted to wait until Penelope got back, but the short story is he got bit by a dead apostle, and he's like a mana vampire now, sort of.
Do you think...
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, oh no.
The war guy is like...
I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but he said that Von Femme specifically, I mean, Von Femme apparently doesn't talk to him very much, but he specifically was warned not to mess with the law guy, so... Like, he's not worried too much about the church or the harvesters, but he is extremely worried about this, what was his name? Piers Soroheim, that guy? He's very worried about him. And honestly, me too. Like, the church is a big deal. The harvesters are actually a threat. We like to joke about how they're not because we're constantly kicking their ass, but the law department is a big deal.
Trust me.
But yeah, I think you don't want to go around dunking him in the ocean unless you want your mana drained.
The monk looks to the rogue looks to the monk.
But I won't stop you. Just, you know, if you assault anyone on the boat, it means that you're no longer under the protection of Von Femme, and then the pit fiends can get you.
Alright, that we don't want.
Yeah.
I need a way to talk to the pit fiends.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Just... Today's gonna be my only safe day to do anything.
Comprehend languages does let you speak it, right? I think? Or is it just read it?
Comprehend is understanding, it's not creating.
I don't have tongues, that's not... Tongues isn't the problem, man. It's... If they're going to immediately relay it back to Van Femme.
Oh, they will. That's the whole point. That's why they're here. The only person we can talk to that's not going to immediately report back to Von Femme is Freddie.
The question is, does Van Femme already know what I am, or was it vague enough that they just didn't question it? Figured phantasmal some sort. Like, I mean, Moss thought I was a druid.
Yeah.
We don't know if he knows what I am.
I would err on the side of thinking he knows everything at this point. He probably knows why we're here. I'm sure he knows that we're here about Johnny, but he probably also knows that we're here about the Grail War.
I would assume so, since, you know, kind of came up with the idea and Lucretia is following through with it. It's just...
Assume that he knows everything, but still try and keep things from him.
Yeah.
As much as possible. I think as long as we don't poke any beehives, we'll be fine this weekend. But we need to... I don't think we're going to be able to pull off getting the Grail War invitation for ourselves, but I definitely think we need to keep it away from the law department.
Oh, 100%.
I mean...
Where's Penelope?
There's nothing wrong with playing kingmakers. Like, it's much easier to do if you just have to tip it over in one direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
get in somebody else's favor.
We can be expelled from the boat or attacked by the pit fiends if we caught cheating at the games, or if we attack anyone. But if we do things to the games that are not cheating, that tip it in one favor, I wonder if that counts.
As long as you're not caught.
As long as we don't get caught. And I mean, if we want to gamble, we can. It's just
Yeah, no.
no.
That I don't do that.
I think unfortunately a lot of this is going to be a lot of schmoozing and scheming, which I'm not very good at. I'm good at fighting and turning into animals and
I could likely
frying people with lightning.
tell you if someone's cheating, but again, today's gonna be my only safe day.
Yeah, it really will.
I cannot risk it out there with the level of these people.
I mean, you will be safe on the boat. If anyone tries to attack you, they will immediately be set upon by all the pit fiends, and maybe Von Femme himself might step in. So you'll be safe, but the instant you step off the boat, bets are off. So it's not so much a matter of you can't go walking around the boat as if they find out you're a centaur, we have to figure out how to get you off the boat without you getting immediately ganked.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Which means I'm not gonna be able to do what Penelope wants, the transformation.
The backup dancer.
That's off the table now, completely.
You'll have to stay in here for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Either I parade around as a horse
Mm-hmm.
and take the risk.
And you risk being outed anyway.
Mm-hmm. Or I stay down below here the majority of this trip. If you polymorph me, I'm completely locked out of my abilities.
Right.
I'm not intelligent anymore.
Well, if we polymorph you into a human, you're more intelligent, right?
Yes. But my name on the list is for the horse.
Right.
Not an unnamed human.
Right.
So unless we clarify that, I guess, to staff, the others wouldn't know. It's just staffing.
Yeah, and if you go around with just the horse head on, that's also pretty dangerous.
It'd have to be a you cannot touch me, Penelope's prized horse, getaway.
Right.
But there's only so much that can fool for so long.
I think unless you literally stay down here the entire time, the pit fiends are going to figure it out,
Well,
and therefore Von Femme. But it's
Von Femme's not the issue.
It's not them. It's definitely the harvesters, the church, the law department.
Especially the Lord.
Especially the law department. There's got to be something we can do. We'll figure it out.
Human might be our best bet if maybe we can alter. I mean, if no one else can see that guest list, then it should be fine. I could just change. I don't know if Sugar Cubes is still gonna have to be the name that I use.
No one came here with the actual name on the guest list, you know. Sugar Cubes could just be your stage name.
If we can get away with me passing around as human, then that might work.
Well, I brought X number of polymorph potions, and then I've got 2 uses of it per day, I think.
That also means no one can bump into me. I am very fragile.
Well, bump into you enough to do damage.
That's fair. I don't know how drunkards act on these boats. I really don't.
It's going to be interesting.
And again, I will be locked out of my magic. That is the biggest problem.
Well, I guess it'll depend on what we're needing to accomplish, whether or not you even need the magic.
And we're sure it's just illusions. I'll be fine with the polymorph potion.
I think so.
Should we test it before I go out anywheres?
Probably. I think we could polymorph you, and then if you just walk into the bathroom,
See if anything.
see if it happens. I mean, in theory, if the polymorph potion works at all, it should be fine. But if it doesn't, because it might just be this room. I don't know. There's got to be something we can do.
We can at least test it, I guess, in the bathroom or here. We just gotta know that it'll work.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell Penelope I can't transform like that in
Not
the
it-
show.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous. That's gonna
It's-
put a target on all of our backs.
Very dangerous.
If it was just basic harvesters or something,
Mm-hmm.
not, you know, someone named Butcher
Yeah.
and a burial agent 107.
And
Nina's warned me about those. And,
Yeah.
that's...
they're a big deal. They're a problem. They're a problem. Freddie's working for them. Freddie's also working for Van Fam. Both parties know he's caught between them, and there is no way out for him.
Dan, I knew that shit. For third party.
It's gonna be an interesting weekend.
Well, do you think we can safely gather information of any sort?
I think
We're going to avoid everybody at all costs.
we have to take whatever information we gather with a huge grain of salt. And I think if we're bringing anyone in here, we have to know we can trust them.
Oh, 100%.
Or alternatively, we're bringing them in here to interrogate them.
Also very fair.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Hope not.
Well, all we can do is just see what happens and try our best.
Gonna hate breaking the news to Penelope.
Speaking of Penelope, I wonder what she's up to. Is the connection gonna be stable enough?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Just to check, you guys can hear me, correct?
Correct.
Cool. Okay.
You went upstairs.
Hooray!
Hey, look, it's that room.
Oh, snap! Yeah. So Penelope's gonna be like, so we could go over to the bar.
Yep.
Do you have anything? I mostly just didn't want to stay in the tiny room with everybody.
No, that's fair. It was pretty crowded, and honestly, Iden smells like he rode over here in a horse trailer.
He
'Cause
did.
So, yeah, it was a bit much.
But yeah, like,
You want the rundown on who all these people are?
yeah.
All right. So, you know the two at the far end.
Uh-huh.
They don't seem to have noticed that we're here yet.
That's good.
Probably for the best. But yeah, so there's them. Over there at the bar, that's Brandy.
That's an oddly appropriate name.
Yep. She's one of the song group.
Really?
Yep. Do you not know her song?
I don't know.
Brandy, you're a fine girl?
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay, well, as fun as me singing along right now and somehow getting a YouTube video removed, just trust me on this. Yeah, I'll get you a picture at the very least so that you can see that better.
On a side note, I just looked up the song. I don't even know that song.
Really? You had never heard that song?
No.
Huh. Okay,
Right.
but important question: do you have to pronounce it like Brandy?
No, you don't. You can,
Good.
but you don't.
She cute.
Yeah. She's even got her little locket from the song. Yeah, that's Brandy. She's relatively nice in the grand scheme of things here. She's kind of stuck in the bartender role per the song, but she, for the most part, she looks out for people. She's kind of aloof though. It's sort of a weird irony that she ends up stuck on a boat when the whole song is about her being into a sailor who went off to sea. But
no.
she'll listen to you if you got anything you want to tell her. I'm sure she tells everything she hears to the boss, but regardless, she's a nice lady. She'll get you a good drink. She'll get you good and tore up if you want to be tore up.
Oh, neat.
And those two over there, yeah, that's, well, one of them gets to be in the song name. The other one just gets to be me. But that guy over there with her is a Bobby McGee.
Oh God, hold on. That's out of character. That is ringing a bell. Hold on. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's
I know
Janice
that
and
song.
Bobby. Yeah.
What was it again?
It's Bobby McGee.
Well, they seem nice.
I'll send all of you YouTube links later. The soundtrack, as it were. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, you don't have to worry quite as much about them either. They're kind of caught up in their own little world. Honestly, it's very telling that the boss is into all these people and the songs, but, well, most of their songs are probably not as conducive to the story world that he wants. Like, the most dangerous person here is probably Jolene. But they all have their own ways of getting you to open up.
Ugh.
We're kind of lucky that not everybody's here. I know that they implied they would be, but it doesn't seem like we have the whole deal yet. Then again, they might be showing up tomorrow if he's actually calling them all in.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I know we're here early, so.
Yeah. I would recommend if you run into Jack and Diane, just don't even bother.
Oh no.
Just don't talk to them. They're teenagers forever.
Oh no.
Yeah. Imagine being 16 for like 40 years.
That's distressing.
It is.
But also kind of relatable. Lots of people still think I'm 10.
Well, they're dumb.
Yeah, I know. What 10-year-old has boobs like these?
I come from America. Don't want to think about it.
Uh,
Our food is fucked up. Don't eat our food.
Doesn't your food have like corn syrup and shit in it?
Oh yeah. Corn syrup,
Gross.
hormones, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Some of it's delicious, but it is not good for you. But yeah, they're here, and honestly, I'm kind of worried that maybe the worst of the lot will show up, but I haven't seen him so far. And maybe we'll just be lucky and we won't, because if we do, I'll probably have to get kicked off the boat.
If
Oh,
you're
no.
saying something, we can't
Connection
hear you.
lost. Yeah, she typed that she lost her connection for a sec.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
Such as...
I think
Oh, there
it's...
you are. I hear you.
Yay!
Hooray.
Woo! Ah! Yeah, you'll let me if you see any of them, you'll let me know who they are, and you're not gonna get kicked off the boat. I'm not letting that happen.
I mean,
Not till we go. Huh?
if it's who I'm afraid, I'm probably going to try to kill him.
If you see who? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a song, too.
Wait. Hold on, I think I missed. Back up?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh, she didn't say his name.
But oh, it's you know who.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh god, I hope he doesn't show up. You know what? If he does show up, you're gonna have to stop me from beating the shit out of him. So,
Honestly,
it's gonna be a fun weekend.
If he shows up, we're going to have to come up with a way to avoid him. So
Yeah.
we don't get kicked off the boat. And then as soon as we get off the boat, we need to run over him with a car.
Okay. Well, I do know how to drive a car, so you find a car, we'll do it.
All right. It's a deal.
Cool.
There were states.
Yeah, do you want to go get a drink, or?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. It's kind of heavy already, and we've only been here for a little bit.
Yeah. Just gonna. Okay.
Wee.
Or.
Behold, the
And
giant bar.
Just because I keep running into connection issues, I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna say I need to duck out now.
Okay. I mean, this is as fine a point as any.
Cool.
We can pick this part up like next time. I think we're getting kind of late anyway. So we're coming up on 3 hours.
Yeah.
But hey, you'll get a chance to socialize next time, and you got to meet some more characters.
Woohoo!
And you got some backstory for somebody who's been a mystery for a while.
Ooh.
And your major clue for this a long time ago was who his sisters were hanging out with.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Not that anyone should have been able to guess this. Like, it was one of those things, like, if that ever comes up, I'll tell you. I was prepared for you to never actually see him again.
Would have never been able to guess.
It was a weird one. No, he's suffering from a case of the Tsukihime.
Oh no.
You gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
But hey, that means I can finally swap out his picture to being less pissy and use his actual picture now.
I don't know. Keep him with the pissy picture, because Ruby Clover's gonna reach out to him at some point.
Okay.
It'll be an accurate picture.
But he has an actual picture that isn't him being pissy for later, too.
You can't see it, but I definitely face palmed.
Yeah. Hey, why have sending if you're not going to mess with people?
Once they're farther away from where he is, she's fully gonna take advantage of the fact that room is soundproof.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, just to give you guys that insight for later. So while you're up there having your conversation, which is concurrent to all that stuff down there, we'll pick up with that next time, but just for funsies. The group downstairs, are you guys going to leave at some point, or are you just hanging out there till Penelope gets back?
think we're leaving until Penelope gets back.
Yeah.
Okay. Okie dokie then. So I'm just gonna do this part now because it's more fun than making you wait.
We get some invisible fiends.
You hear a thunk, thunk, thunk at the door.
My horse head is on, just FYI.
Anis will cautiously approach the door and
I'm gonna
creak
be
it open.
right behind her, just being a horse. Horse thoughts.
The giant hulking red monster is standing on the other side when you open the door. And when you do, you hear in your heads, all of you, everyone in the room can hear in your heads in a screeching high-pitched noise that sounds like what happens when you hold a microphone next to a speaker. But there's words mixed in with it, and it simply says, "Rooms are ready." And then it leaves.
I reach out to it, and I'm just thinking fiend in my head. Friend fiend.
As you do so, it poofs away.
No! No!
Oh god, he wasn't kidding.
On a scale of 1 to Einosh, where did that fall on the scale? Or I guess on a scale of
No pain to whatever I
to
did.
what?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh god, I'm losing his name again. On a scale of Montgomery to Einosh, where does that fall?
So Montgomery is like someone is shouting at you in a car right next to you and they don't have to. This thing is like what happens when you left all the stereo up crazy loud and you just turned the car on and it hit you all at once in a big boom. Neither of them is quite as bad as someone stabbing the inside of your brain in an attack, but it is very uncomfortable.
It didn't do damage. Okay.
You're right. You did not take any damage. It was just painful. In the, oh god, I don't want to listen to this sense, not in bleeding from the ear sense.
I'm just saying, I've got plenty of practice with Einosh, so this is nothing. This is chump change.
You do you, buddy.
Going in.
I can understand why he said he hates doing that. That was terrible.
Well, now that we've got a taste of it, we can continue that conversation for later.
Why are you doing this?
Are you sure you want to talk to the pit fiends?
I really need to.
Why?
Because they're from the lower planes of hell.
That is not a good reason to talk to someone.
AKA, where do nightmares come from?
Okay, but they're not gonna help you.
I don't need help. I just need information.
Okay. Assume that Von Femme knows you're a centaur. Do you really want him knowing that there's a nightmare out there, too?
I need to have it very casual, very general.
And how are you going to do that without leaving this room?
Bathroom.
You're gonna talk to pit fiends in the bathroom.
I mean, we just had a bro powwow in there. It's a work in progress.
Stuff to think about.
I'm not going to stop you, but I'm going to very much advise against it. This is an audio medium. You giving me a thumbs up is not doing anything.
Just one hoof up.
Fair enough.
It's a work in progress. I'll tell you my plans for it.
Okay. Well, you'll have a week to think about it.
Yeah.
You now have a better idea of what the situation is, and for next session, the general timeline goal is that after you get back together, you can meet up, you can compare notes. You can do whatever you want to do with the rest of today. Like, obviously, Lupin and Catherine will be here, so you can coordinate whatever you want to coordinate on that end. And then we'll probably skip ahead through most of Friday toward people actually arriving and things kicking off, unless for some reason we drag it out. So, stuff to think about.
Yeah, and we can do the
Thursday night light.
Yeah, we can probably do the Anis fills Penelope in on all the shenanigans
Yeah.
off screen. Yeah.
And then he
Would-
can talk to Penelope about the not being able to be a centaur backup.
Yeah, like a lot of that is stuff that like we know in the meta, and we can just say your characters figured it out. So, okay, well there you go then. You're all on a boat,
Yeah.
on a
Woo.
spooky boat.
Hey, my flippy floppies.
No.
You don't get flippy floppies. You're a horse.
My flippy floppies are just hooves with little extra parts to them.
You mean shoes?
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Good night. And good night, internet.